Hello, this is the math video for Monday, April 27th, and we are starting a new lesson this week, and it is called Add Several Two-Digit Numbers. Now, you may have noticed that we are skipping chapter or lesson 18 in the book. So if you have some free time and you want to do some extra math this week, then feel free to go ahead and practice some more addition and subtracting with three-digit numbers. But we are going to continue on with our next one, which is lesson 19. Now, if you look on page, this is kind of more for the parents as well, on page 461 and 462, this is kind of a letter to the family explaining the math for this week. And this is a great example because it kind of goes through and shows some different strategies on how to do this. So if you want to have a look at that, go ahead. But we will start on page 463, explore adding several two-digit numbers. So it says, Gia follows directions to find a secret code for a treasure hunt. Start at the oak tree. Take 36 steps towards the fence. Turn right. Take 28 steps. Turn left. Take 42 steps. The total number of steps is the secret code. What is the secret code? So I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can add three-digit numbers. So the first thing you can do is find the numbers in this math problem. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So the first one is 36, then we have 28, then we have 42, and then we have, oh yeah, that's only three numbers. All right, so if I go ahead and I stack my numbers like we always do, make sure the ones and the tens are in their own separate places. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can make a 10 if you can see a 10. So I'm making a little note here. If you can see a 10, make 10. So, and if I'm looking at my one side, because I'm always starting on my ones. So look, I see a 10 right here. So I could go ahead and start with that. So go ahead and pause the video and figure this out for yourself, and then we'll talk about it after. Okay, so hopefully you had a chance to figure that out with the hints that I gave you. So when we are adding, I like to add 10. So if I see 8 plus 2 is 10, well, I know that's 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. So I can go ahead and regroup my 16. Now I have 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4. So really you can do this, you could do 2 like this. So 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. So my answer is 106. So I hope you got the same answer. If you did, go ahead and give yourself a little pat on the back. If not, maybe look at my example and you can see how to do this. So another way of adding it like this would be to do two numbers at a time. So the first number was 36. The second number was 28. So if I go ahead and add those two together first, so 6 plus 8 is 14. So regroup. And I have 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6. So far I have 64, but I'm not done yet because there was still an extra step in the directions to add 42. I can just add another number right at the bottom of my original number. So this is my first number from the story, my second number from the story, and my third number from the story. So I am using all three numbers to do this math problem. So now I add 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10. So I get the same answer, 106, depending on how I did that. So you could also draw a picture if you wanted to, but you know how to do that. So go ahead and look at page 464. Number one, look back. How did you find the total of all three numbers? Well, you can tell about that. Looking ahead, this is showing that there are many ways to add three-digit numbers, to add three multiple numbers. Sometimes there are two numbers with ones. Anyway, you can read that. And then reflect, how can changing the order that you add three numbers help you find the sum? So talk about that. You don't have to write the answer, but you can just talk about that with your mom or dad or whoever's near you while you're doing your math. So on page 465, it says prepare for adding several two-digit numbers. So what is it? We're talking about breaking apart numbers. What is breaking apart numbers? What do I already know about breaking apart numbers? I'll give you a clue. Think about the ones, tens, and hundreds. Give some examples of how you can break apart numbers so you can fill out that page. On the next page, page 466, has a question here that you can solve. Another way, let me show you one more way that you can figure out this question. I'm going to actually go back to the original question so I have the same numbers, 36, 28, 42. So in the book, it's showing for the teachers is showing a way to make like a little chart like this to show the numbers separately but kind of stacked. So this shows me my ones and this shows me my tens. So you could also, if you were to add it up this way, for that first question, you definitely could. So this would be 16. I'd have to write a 16 in that box. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I have to regroup here at the end. So then I would have to bring this one over here. I would have 106. So just another way of thinking about it if you're interested in another way, but I did want to show you that as well. So go ahead and finish that for today, and then you can work on it again tomorrow. So goodbye.